States then and now was New York City. Right, those were the numbers. So here's what they were. The biggest city in the United States then and now was New York City. New York City in 1950 was 90% white. 71 million New Yorkers out of 7.9 million were white. Chicago in 1950 was 86% white. Philadelphia, over 80%. Los Angeles, 94% white. 94% white. That's almost an ethno state, actually, at that point. Detroit, Michigan, home of Ford, GM, and Chrysler, 84% white. Baltimore, steel and shipping capital of the Mid-Atlantic, 76% white. That was 1950. You know people who were alive in 1950. Maybe you were. Here are the numbers today. Baltimore, 27% white. Detroit, about 10% white, down from 84. Los Angeles, again, 94%, about 37% white now. Philadelphia, 36%. Chicago, less than 30%. And New York City, again, the biggest city in the country, is now around 30% white, down from 90% in 1950. All right,
when the Eagles
those were the numbers.
I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. All right, so you saw what, forget that punk's name, but yeah.
So here's what they were.
The numbers are dwindling down for the white nation as far as like birth rate is low. These Edomites are not producing births like they used to. You know, a lot of them are a part of the alphabet group, and a lot of them just ain't got the juice they used to have because they weak. All right, and the suicides are up. All right, in their nation, in men, period. You know, so you know they're not at their full capacity. They're not thriving like they feel they should, you know what I'm saying, in their power. Because there was something
The biggest city in the United States then and now was New York City.
Somebody had posted. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. There was something somebody posted.
The biggest city in...
Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a photo of a KKK member saying, wait, so you're saying we conquered and enslaved the world. We own everything, but we're also oppressed. So it's like, how are you oppressed when you enslaved everybody and you conquered and stole everything, man? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how are you oppressed? You got everything. So right now, the suicide rate is high, and these men have joined the alphabet group. You know what I mean? They like the same sex. You know what I mean? Their women are leaving them for other men of other races. You know what I mean? And they just kind of assed out. You know, they put on this facade like they're still like in this type of like superpower seat of like men as individuals, but really the so-called white man is weak. All right, and he's losing it. He's starting to lose it. He's starting to lose his grip. All right, he hates the fact that the people that they put at the bottom are still somewhat prospering, even though they used every trick in the book to destroy them, to try to destroy them, but they just can't do it. They can't destroy the nation of Israel. They hate to see a young nigga thriving, no matter what nation it is. It could be Issachar, so-called Mexicans, Gad, the so-called Native Americans, whoever, Judah, so-called black man, it don't matter. They just hate. But the reason why it's happening is because the curses are getting put on them. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So the curses that are put on us are going to be put on our enemy. All right? It's going to be put on them. All right? And right now, they're starting to feel oppressed in their own nation. They had a rally cry that was said, white men fight back. Let me go ahead and find that real quick. Hold on.
White man fight back! 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 White man fight back!
In the 1950s, 60s, you would have never seen no shit like that. It's getting bad, man. You would have never seen no shit like that. What they fighting back for? Because they're losing their grip. They're losing it, man. Times are changing. They can see it. And they going after the small hats too. They saying that there's an agenda that the small hats got against them, man. Making it seem like they trying to push for interracial relationships and shit like that to try to erase the so-called white race. That's what they're saying. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy enemy and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So, everything that they fought for, killed for, raped, and thought upon their beds, went to sleep and dreamed of, and went out and pursued and did that shit with evil intentions, it's all going to come down and crumble. Because everything that they stole it's going to come back to those that it belongs to. And you're going to be a fucking item in the kingdom. Like, you're going to be something we possess. Because we're going to get you back. Because, the Lord said, it is, it is a righteous thing to recompense those that trouble you. So you troubled us, and we're going to get you back. All right? And there ain't shit you can do about it. All right? Because, the curses are the curses, and the prophecies are the prophecies. You can't do shit about it. You just got to deal with it. All right? There's just nothing you can do about that. You just going to have to deal. Because right now, they swear that they so fucking oppressed, man. But y'all got everything. I thought y'all had everything. Everything that you wanted. But now, shit's starting to backfire. Why? Because you're at the end of your rulership. Your rulership is about to come to an end. Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So the saints are seeing this, man. They're seeing these so-called white men talking about he's oppressed in his own country, that he's losing his power seat, you know. Always complaining about what niggas doing. Like, they talk about niggas more than anybody because they're losing their motion. They're losing it. And I love seeing it. Every time I turn on the internet, it's always them complaining about some shit. Even in movies. You ever see like the white characters that we grew up on in these cartoons and in these superhero movies, and then they put them they change the characters to niggas, like what they did with the Little Mermaid. They was complaining about that. I think Hawk was in Black Adam movie. He was a Jake. They switching them up. I think even Rachel O'Neal, or was it April O'Neal from Ninja Turtles, they turned her into a Jake, and they complain about that. It's like everything is like image wise, like, you know, even the fact that we are exposing that Yahweh Shai was a so-called black man, they hate that shit too, because the most powerful, the most worshipped and powerful, basically creation that people love so much just so happens to be a melanated figure, and they hate that too. So everything that they love is just coming down, and it's they hate it. All right. So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.